Dear class 8, today we'll finish up this chapter number 6, that is the circulatory system. In the last session, we talked about the different groups of blood, that is blood group A, blood group B, blood group AB, and blood group O. So among these 4 different kinds of blood groups, we came to know that blood group AB to be the universal recipient because AB can receive the blood from all groups. Similarly, blood group O to be the universal donor because blood group O can donate the blood to all. Okay. And we even talked about the heart diseases, that is your cardiac arrest and your heart attack. Okay, today in this session we'll talk about keeping the heart healthy and limp. Okay, so now we'll start keeping the heart healthy. Keeping the heart healthy. So there are a number of points given out here, following which we can keep our heart healthy. Okay, number 1, you're eating healthy food. Eating healthy food. Eating healthy food and regular exercise. So eating healthy food, that means the food which you are going to eat or which you are eating should be healthy. So especially the too much of oil, especially oily food, fried food should be avoided because they contain fat, and this fat increases your weight and leads to obesity also. Okay, so that you need to have very good eating habit. Alright, so you need to eat healthy food and also regular exercise. As you wake up in the morning, you need to make a routine that every day you spare time for your exercise. Okay, that will keep your body healthy and make you yourself away from the heart problems or heart diseases. So that eating healthy food and regular exercise is very much important practice that you have to adopt in your life or in your daily routine. Okay, secondly, obesity or excessive weight is another one is obesity or excess weight. See, obesity or excess weight. So obesity means obesity means excessive weight, unnecessary weight. When you have got unnecessary weight, there will be a problem, will be a big problem in your life. It has become a common problem nowadays. Okay, which also causes heart diseases. Okay, that means your obesity is also one of the factors why people have the heart problems. Okay, unnecessary weight should be avoided. Then number 3, we have you need to go for jogging every day. Jogging, okay, and you're playing games. Okay, keep us always active and happy. Okay, jogging, okay, walking, cycling, okay, playing games. So see, these are the almost common things that you have to adapt in our everyday routine. Like jogging, you have to it almost comes under like regular exercise, something like that. Jogging, as you wake up in the morning, go for jogging, you spend your time for jogging. Okay, in the morning and even in the evening. Then you see walking also, cycling. Sometimes you enjoy cycling also. So cycling will not only be a part of enjoyment or going somewhere covering certain distance, but it is also a very good part of exercise. Okay, a kind of exercise which keeps yourself active and happy. Okay, so that way also we can keep ourselves healthy and also keep our heart healthy. Okay, that is there. Then also avoid too much of oily food. I've told you, avoid too much of oily food. Avoid too much of oily food. Avoid too much of oily food. No, fried food should not be eaten. Okay, and beside this, there is fast food also, because these things contain a lot of fat and that will cause obesity. That should be avoided. Okay, and it's lot of vegetables. Eat lot of vegetables. Eat lot of vegetables. Eat lot of vegetables. Eat lot of vegetables, fruits. Okay, that should be done. Eat lot of vegetables, fruits, especially fiber containing vegetables and fruits help you uh, you know have good peristalsis there. That will also make a very good bowel movement there inside. Okay, and beside this, it will also keep your heart healthy. All right, and that your especially your with lot of vegetables, fruits containing that fibers includes your what you call it your whole grain cereals. Okay, your oats. These are the food that you have to eat because they contain a lot of fibers. And avoid eating excessive sugar contained food. That means your sweet food, those foods which are sweet, and those foods which contain a lot of sugar should not be eaten, because they cause a lot of problems, and directly and indirectly they will cause the heart diseases, especially your heart attack or cardiac arrest. That should not be. I mean, these are the things that you have to adopt in your daily routine. So if you follow these practices or these routines in your everyday life, then obviously you can keep your heart healthy. Okay, so that's how we can keep our heart healthy. Now we'll see. Now we'll talk about tissue fluid and lymph. Tissue fluid and lymph. Okay, so the diagram which I've drawn out here is your capillary, blood capillary. This is your blood capillary. Okay, so why I've drawn blood capillary out here is to make you know how the lymph is formed. Let's see. When the blood flows through the blood vessels, this capillary, okay, when the blood flows through this capillary, that time what happens is that your plasma containing leukocytes means, okay, leukocytes means WBC. Okay, so plasma containing leukocytes leak out of this capillary. It oozes out of the capillary. Okay, and go in between the cells. It goes in between the cells, intercellular especially. They all come in between this. All right. So this plasma containing leukocytes come out of this capillary and go in between the cells. All right. So that time that plasma is called tissue fluid. Tissue fluid, that is called now tissue fluid, which is here in between the cells. So from this tissue fluid only, the cells actually absorb oxygen and whatever the things the cells need. Okay, so they are all absorbed. Whatever things are needed by the cells are absorbed from this plasma itself, and return all those unnecessary things also in the same way back to this. Okay, from this plasma itself. Then what is there is that some parts of this plasma or this tissue fluid is reabsorbed by the blood vessels, and majority of the this tissue fluid now flows through another fine channels, another vessels, another fine minute vessels. So these minute vessels are called your lymph vessels. So that means when this your tissue fluid now flows through the lymph vessels, then the tissue fluid is called lymph. That tissue fluid itself flowing through the lymph vessels is called lymph. Okay, it's called what? Lymph. Alright, so here in the diagram, here as you see the page number 66 of your book, here you see the diagram where you see your lymphatic system here. So lymph vessels, there are many vessels where this your lymph flows, and how it is flowing, it's also shown here in the diagram. Okay, so that means when the lymph has to flow, okay, or when this your tissue fluid, has to flow through your lymph vessels, that time what happens is that your surrounding muscles of the body, contracts, so that that your tissue fluid or the lymph can flow to the different regions of the body. All right, and especially to those regions of the body where blood cannot reach, oxygen or other substances the cells need. So those regions actually your lymph reach all those things whatever the cells need, like oxygen and some other nutrients there. Okay, whatever the nutrients the cells, because all the cells present in the body, whether it is the tip of your finger or any part of your body, wherever there is cell, they need everything like oxygen, all nutrients. So in all those regions blood cannot go. So those regions where blood cannot go, the lymph goes there and reach all whatever they need. Okay, so this is how they do it. Then because of the contraction of the surrounding muscles, the lymph now flows through the lymph vessels as shown out here. Then from one lymph vessel to the another lymph vessel through the lymph node is there, lymph node also shown there, it goes there. And finally when the lymph is full of what you call your carbon dioxide, because after reaching oxygen to the cells, respiration takes place there, then carbon dioxide is formed. So now after collecting the carbon dioxide, the lymph now again will come to the heart. It comes to the heart, especially a right auricle. It's called what? Right auricle. It comes to the right auricle through this vena cava here. This is called your vein. This is called anterior vena cava. This is called anterior vena cava. So ultimately what happens that this lymph will collect carbon dioxide, some other unwanted things through this anterior vena cava into this right auricle. Through this what? Anterior vena cava into this right auricle, from right auricle to the right ventricle, and from right ventricle it goes to the lungs for purification. It goes to the lungs for purification. So this is how that your lymph does it function, or goes to the different parts of the body through the lymph vessels, and this is called the lymphatic system also. And this entire function of the lymph through the lymph vessels is called lymphatic system. It's called what? Lymphatic system. It's called lymphatic system. All right. Composition of lymph. Composition of lymph. Now see, how is lymph composed, or what are the things the lymph composed of? First is your cellular part. Okay, there are two parts in the composition of lymph, that is cellular part and non-cellular part. Okay, so among the cells you find WBCs here, especially lymphocytes. There are different kinds of WBCs. So among them, lymphocytes are the ones that you find in the composition of lymph. So other than WBCs, there are no RBCs and no platelets in the composition of lymph. And non-cellular part includes your water, that is 94%. 94% of the non-cellular part of lymph is your water. And solids you find your fat, okay, your carbohydrates, all right, proteins, okay, fats, carbohydrate, proteins, enzymes, etc. Okay, etc. So it contributes 6%. That means solid non-cellular part you find 6% only in the composition of lymph. Okay, so now we'll see the functions. Now we'll see the functions of lymph. Number one is a nutritive function. That means your lymph carries or supplies nutrition to those regions of the body where blood cannot reach. Okay, which I've already told you also, that there are many regions in the body where blood cannot actually reach. But in those regions, your lymph supplies the nutrition. Okay, number one. And number two functions, it has drainage. Okay, it has drainage. That means the another function of the lymph is drainage. So the lymph drains away excess tissue fluid and returns proteins to the blood from tissue spaces. Okay, there are spaces where excessive tissue fluid is there, okay, and excessive proteins are there. So lymph drains them all to the blood from those spaces. Okay, then absorption. Next is your absorption. Okay, absorption. So your tissue, your lymph absorbs fats from the intestines. Okay, so this your lymph actually absorbs your fats from intestines through lymphatics. All right, through what? Lymphatics. Okay, then the fourth one is your defense. Your lymph is also a part, a fluid substance that you find in your body, which also defends us from the different kinds of germs. Okay, from the different kinds of germs, because these are your lymph contains especially lymphocytes. WBCs is contained. So this WBCs, especially these lymphocytes, ooze out of the cell, through the amoeboid movement and engulf the disease-causing bacteria and kill them. So this is how it defends us from the different kinds of disease-causing germs also. Okay, and in the same way you find the lymph nodes where the lymph is there. So like you see, when there is problem, there is a pain, there is some kinds of infections in the limbs region. So that time we see the gland, okay, lymph node, okay, or the lymph gland there in the in the axil of this upper arm or in the upper limb, just in the axil of upper limb, and also there in the groin region we find the lymph nodes or lymph glands. So these are actually the defensive mechanism. So these are formed out there to localize the infection, which will not allow the infections to spread to the different regions of the body. It will just localize there. So that way, lymph actually protects us from the different kinds of disease-causing germs as well. So these are the different functions the lymph has. So this is how we conclude this chapter number 6, that is the circulatory system. So before I wind up the session, let me give you a small homework, that is multiple choice question from page number 67. Okay, multiple choice question number 1. So it is there on page number 67. Then number 5, fill in the blanks with suitable words. So from page number 68, please do these homeworks. Alright, so last time also I had sent the homeworks through WhatsApp. Now how I am planning to correct is that I'll just solve the problems, I'll solve all the questions there, I'll send again through the WhatsApp only, and you just cross check your answer. Okay, you just cross check your answer. So by tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I'll send it. Before that you need to complete all those works. Similarly, today also I have just now shown the homework, so you do it. So after some days I'll just keep the corrected answers also in the same way. Okay, so today we'll do only this much. Thank you very much.